I kinda miss you, even though it's been 3 years.
Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. Is this your first time of joining us? You're highly welcome. This is the right place to be. Whatever that made you click on this very channel, I just promise you're not going to regret it. So today we're going to be doing something different. We don't usually do this, but this experience I really need to share it with everyone out there so that you can just, laugh with me and, excite yourself. Okay, just be happy with this story. If you feel you are sad, I assure you that by the time you are done watching this video today, you're going to smile. Just bet it. So if you love what we always share, don't forget to subscribe and hit on the bell sign button. That way, whenever we have new content, you'll be one of the first people to be notified. So let's just get right into the story. We don't want to waste much time. Anything that you have to keep you. Okay? Story. How many of us always hear this, first intro whenever a story wants to be said? Back in Nigeria, back those days, okay? When you want to hear an exciting story, especially when you are most times spending time in the village, or maybe if you're in the villa, you know what I'm talking about, those old tale stories. They usually start with story. Once upon a time. The next thing you'll be hearing the frog crying at the background, everywhere, the moon, So that is just the atmosphere I just want you to envision while you listen to this story, because I know that's the way you will connect better. So let's get into it. The story was, there was a certain day, was it 2 days ago? I said no, I'm going to share it here. 2 days ago, I usually put on my alarm at night, like maybe past 12. I most times do that just to pray at night, okay? And that very day when the alarm blew, I looked at it, because though I slept early, because usually whenever I sleep early, I usually wake up in the night. Like, let's assume if I sleep by 8 o'clock, I might be waking up like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock at night, thereabout, okay? So that very certain day, 2 days ago I'm talking about, when the alarm blew, I was just thinking that it's already time for my kids to be preparing for school that very morning. I don't even know, just like I'm in a dreamland. I don't even know what happened to me that very certain day. I didn't even check the phone properly, with the sleepy eyes, and it's very important really that we have to indulge ourselves in prayers at night, okay? So on that very day, when the alarm now blew, I took it. I didn't look at it, or maybe when I looked at it, I can't even remember. So I just quickly dropped the phone. I just, okay, let me just rest a little, because anytime I put on the alarm for my kids or preparing them for school, I usually do that earlier. Like if I'm supposed to be waking up by 6 o'clock to prepare them for school, I usually put it like let's say 5:45 a.m. so that I can just, maybe even if I thought the sleep want to come, the alarm will keep blowing. By the time it blows for some time, you know what I'm talking about, we mothers, I will be able to be conscious enough to pick up the phone and get going. So I didn't look at it, or maybe if I really looked at it. So when I that's okay, since it's some time, okay, for me to wake up, since I usually put it ahead of time. So I slept, but not that I was sleeping. I said, okay, let me just gather myself, gather my consciousness, and at least when I wake up, I'll wake up strong, So I just woke up. I didn't even thought of, like, it's still very early. I'm talking about 1 a.m. in the morning. So when I woke up, I went to my kids' room. I didn't check the time at that moment. So I went to their room. I woke the first one up, the other one. I went to the other younger ones, they're part of the room. I woke the others ones up. I started preparing them for school. Do you know, at that very moment, I didn't even bother to still check my phone and see if the time is earlier, when they're supposed to get prepared for school, or if it's already late, or maybe it's the proper time they're supposed to wake up. I didn't even check the phone at that moment too. I was just continuing, I cleaned their mouth, I brushed their mouth, usually of preparing kids for school. Do you know, even this moment I was doing all this, I didn't even go back also to my phone to check if it's still very early. Though when I was waking my kids up, they were so tired. Though it's supposed to be that way. I just thought inside of me, I said, they usually do this whenever you wake up early for school. They usually sound so tired, they're yawning, they're stretching. So I didn't even think that it's still very, very early, because they usually do this. So I was just continuing with what I was doing. I was setting up their I was setting up their food when my mates are sleeping in their various rooms. I'm thinking that even those neighbors that are living around me, like, this noises are everywhere, like in this apartment, what's going on? I'm thinking of that. So I just, was doing what I was doing. I was preparing them, because I usually prepare what's, something light for them, right? So I was doing this. I went to the bathroom. I started setting up their shoes. I started setting up their uniform. I went to their bags. I said, no, let me just prepare lunch for them that they will be taking to school. At that moment, I didn't still check the time to know what time is saying. I don't know what to say. Whether that very certain day, whether God just wants to, do something special, I don't know. So I was just continuing. I started setting up the lunch that they're going to have, their lunch pack. I finished with that. I went over to the dining table. I was still there, sitting around, trying to make them prepare early, okay, trying to rush them up, prepare, eat. I was telling them, oh yeah, eat early, eat, time is going, eat. Do you know I didn't even check the time, my sis? I was just rushing them, telling them to be hurry, prepare, be fast, and wearing your shoe, be fast. When you are eating, you're supposed to be eating fast now, so that, look at the time. I didn't check the time also, as I said. So it was when we're now already set. I know that at least the food they are approaching, closer for them to round up eating, and that's okay, since they'll be rounding up soon to eat. Let me just go and sit down somewhere and just be watching them. They put on the TV, they'll be watching that, like when the kids are supposed to be on their bed snoring. Mother, to be a mother, really, sometimes your head will just go off. So as I was just there sitting down, there's usually a 7 a.m. prayer that there's a program I always follow around 7. So I put the alarm by 7. So I was just there. I said, but it's the time for the program to come. At least it should be 7 o'clock right now, and the alarm should be blowing. I looked at the time. Oh my God! At that moment, your sister head just resets. Like my head just resets to clock 0 where it started from. So I checked the time. I said, what's happening? This is past 12. Like past 1. I was not thinking that the 1 was 7. But also I looked at it properly. I said, this is past 1. This is past 1 a.m. I was shocked. I sat back on my seat. I said, what's happening? Oh my God, does it mean that I woke this children early? My other son was not like, what is it, mom? What is it, mommy? What is wrong? I said, do you know my son that I woke people earlier than? He said, how many hours is remaining? I told you that it's remaining 6 hours. So, mommy, you see that thing I was saying? You don't listen. That's why he was tired. That is what he was rephrasing to me. He said that's why he was tired. When he woke up, he was so tired. He was stretching himself. He was like, what's happening? This, I'm tired. No. So does it really mean that you woke up early? So they were just angry with me. The other younger one are the same thing. Mommy, I don't like this, that. The way they were even saying wasn't even my concern. What I was even thinking about is what really went wrong with me. So this is just the story, all right? So please, I just want to use the opportunity to thank everybody. There are mothers, okay? Sometimes we'll just be tired. Sometimes something might just go off. You know what I'm talking about? Just like my case. Let's just keep pushing. Let's keep hanging on. Like I usually sometimes I always put this phrase that the kids that we have now, a time will come when they will leave our homes, and you'll be missing them. You're like, oh God, I just want my kids to return back home, and by then everywhere will be quiet, just like the way it is with my mother right now. Sometimes when we are maybe trying to visit her, every one of us are together, we'll be together with her. She usually tells us that she usually remember when we were very little, we'll be troubling her, we'll be throwing things, we'll be scattering the house, she'll be arranging, she'll be shouting, you kids, I can't wait for you to just leave the house. Those that want to get married should just get married. Those that want to go and do their normal work, you should just leave, okay? So but now each time we go to the villa to go and see her, like spend time together as family, like, oh God. And she says anytime we are getting prepared to return back to everyone and trying to return back to their base, okay, she usually misses us. You see her shedding tears, she's crying, oh my God, so that's what I'm saying. So a time will come when these kids are going to leave the house and we'll be missing them. So now that they're very little, try to gather the love as much as you can, okay? It's gonna be fine. So thank you very much for sharing this story with me. I hope you love it, and if you love us to do something like this visually, please don't forget to shout out and write it there at the comment section, and subscribe like this video. Please like this video. I love you guys. I can't just say more than what I've said so far, by you doing all the things you'll be doing for us, for your support and for your care. So we're gonna see you on the next one. See you later. Bye.